Hello everyone, hello everybody. This is 41 Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8, and I realize I must look quite different right now. Like, a lot different. Like, so different. I'm using a sword and shield, in fact. And then all my armor is different-y looking. It's a little more pink than that stony look. What is going on? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, recently there was an event that came up. There was an event of sorts, so I hit a new milestone in my achievement points. That's cool. I'm one step closer to getting another Hellfire piece. But, as I was saying, there was a new sort of recent event. I'm not sure if it was in here or not. But ultimately, it ended up giving me a new sword. And I've gone through a number of new skins while I'm at it. The new sword is Ascended, actually, which is cool. So basically, I restored the Broken Calidbolg from the Heart of Thorns expansion. Now, what it took was the Broken Calidbolg itself, a Vision Crystal, and two things that can be made now. I have the recipes to make now, but when I had to get them, I basically had to go on basically a little bit of a scavenger hunt questing. Also, I have a little floppy fish. This thing's cool. This actually just came out. And it's only available for a day, I believe. It's so cool. Alright. So let's talk a bit more about that gear. So the sword, this is actually in a different skin right now. So initially, it was this one. Pretty cool. It also glows when you wield it, which makes it even cooler. Alright, but let's stop talking about that. So I changed it to this specifically for the armor and such, to make it kind of match a little better. So, the reason why I changed all of my armor appearance is specifically because of this mask. So, the Tiki Lounge Guild, basically, like, this was, a more core member thing to do, to get this mask and use it for, like, doing guild stuff. But of course, if I was to wear that, the rest of my little rock armor suit would not quite go with that, really. So I had to re-evaluate all of my armor, / I'm still kind of re-evaluating all of my armor. Let's talk about what components I'm using in this case scenario. So I'm using the heavy dragon scale epaulets, which came from Ember Bay, the Ember Bay stuff. It's honestly not very bad looking. It's just it takes a specific kind of look to really use these. Like a specific kind of armor sets to use these. And I think this was one of the more appropriate case scenarios. Like, I've tried a number of things, like, this struck me as not so good of an idea. This struck me as not so good of an idea. This especially struck me as not so good of an idea. Especially for the Tiki God of Dance. This would have been just massively oversized. This, it's a little more okay than some of the other stuff, but I'm still not all about that. This, no. This, no. Basically, I tried virtually all of these. So yeah. Ultimately, this became what I'm resorting to for my shoulders. And likewise for a lot of these other parts. I might still kind of play around with some of these just to be a little more sure. Maybe get a little more core to some of these colors, like this iris in here. But otherwise, this is gonna have to be what I'm going to work with. Might change the boots and the gloves, but other than that, most of the rest of the stuff will stay the same, likely. Now let's talk about the shield. So when I was working on the colors still, this was like fairly earlier on. Like one of the guildies mentioned, why don't you get this shield? And they sort of like linked it in the chat, and I was like, I was like, it's maybe a little gay, and I'm just thinking, in that case, I'm gonna get it even faster. Now, that's just my sense of humor thinking. Just like, well, if it's more gay, then I'm gonna have to get it. Just to mess with people. Like, I don't, like, personally I'm a straight man, but I don't mind the idea of having some gay portrayal. Just a little bit, just to fuck with people. Like, I think that's funny as hell. So yeah, besides that, it looks fairly cool actually as an outfit that I've personally constructed up. Like, I'm probably still going to I'm definitely going to reevaluate a few ideas yet, but yeah, until then, this is what I'm going to have to roll with. Now, I'm definitely going to have to reevaluate a few backpack ideas. I mean, backpacks are difficult to come up with something half decent about. Like, this... Man, I can't even say it like that. Look at that. I cannot go running around like this. Like, only some crazy person would dare do such a thing. Like, I can't be seen like this. Like, there's a vast amount of backpacks yet out there. Like, I've seen a few that have piqued my interests. But it's going to still be a little while before I can even get those, so... Yeah, that's, thing and a half. Apparently I still need to catch up on this bit. Other than that, basically all my gear is virtually everything I need it to be for the next good while. Now let's talk about my home instance. So my home instance has been seeing a lot of awesome little changes and additions recently. So I have the maximum amount of cats that I can physically get a hold of at this time being. Besides that, I have gotten all of the merchant bought nodes minus the nodes from the latest Living World season maps, which would include like the Elderwood, the Jade Fragments, the Winterberry. Like, I have one of the nodes. Let's just take a good little gander around here. Like, we have the Raw Candy Corn node. After a while, when Halloween season comes back again, I will be able to upgrade this into the large candy corn node, which is going to be cool. And I'm going to get even more candy corn from it. Charged quartz! I still need a ton of that. It's like 25 of the regular quartz to a hero point, and then yeah, that's like once a day. It's ultimately very time consuming to really get a charged quartz, but yeah, now I have this Aurelium node, which I got from finding all of the masks around in Auric Basin. So, like, all the way over here, I went all over the map and found all the lost masks. Pretty cool. There's no other nodes I have over this area. But I do have cats. Moving on from the cats, I have the bloodstone crystals here. And this thing's supposedly a cat. Just sort of looking at him hungrily. Not too comfortable with that, but it's whatever. I have the Winter's Day Tree of Generosity, which is awesome and always gives me presents. I have these three things here. These exploration chests from the Maguma area of the Heart of Thorns expansion. I'm not sure why I just clicked all that individually. I could just press F again. Let's see. Let's get... Oh, I already got a thing today. Well. In that case, I'm going to skip on that one. Because I want to make sure I leave a crowbar. Actually, I will get this one. But I really need to get more crowbars before I run out. So yeah, that's all of... Oh, I also got this recently. My Crate Obelisk Shard. It's basically a commune hero point. Pretty cool. Now I guess let's sort of talk about a bit of the new NPCs in here. More specifically, I actually have a new NPC in here. This lady. Plant. Lady plant. Thing. What are you? Anyway, she is able to change my Khalid Bolg into another one, which is pretty cool. Now, since I transmuted it, I think I'm out of luck with that functionality. So that's a little of whatever now. Oh, and I also have this found bandit chest, but I have like no keys for that. But yeah, that basically sums up everything to do with my home instance at this time being. Until I get more cats or something. Speaking of, I am curious how the cat brawling looks back here. Do-do-do-do-do. Still a mass cluster of cats fighting. I think that's 8 cats right here. Yeah, that's like 8 cats. So I think I might be missing a cat. Unless there's only 8 cats. You should show them who's boss. Screw you. Let's talk about my Azura a bit. So I got him mostly geared out, like almost all of his gear is exactly what it needs to be. Like land-wise, he is set to go, but water-wise, he is not. Like this is the best he's got. This is behind, and I don't have a secondary set. Like the other was, it was originally a 20 here, but that's completely worthless, just about. Like, that would take forever to kill anything. That's a tail, by the way. But besides that, he is looking cool. I am still kind of figuring out his skills a bit as to what would be the most effective. I wonder if there's anything better than this. So it's between these three, or just one of these. Now, personally, I would favor like these two golems. Personally, like this one will help keep me alive. This one will help me kill things. I think I'll actually prefer this. Like, most of these have to do with buffs, from what I can tell you. And for me, buffs aren't really that fun. Like, this is kinda fine. Like, basically I take a lot less damage. Let's see. Gain adrenaline, so stuff like this builds up like a ton. And resistance. Ooh. I didn't know that was a factor I could have situated. In which case, for a short period, I could have, say, like a Kandi thief unable to physically scratch me. But yeah, for the most part, I don't like buffs because they're either short... Well, they're usually just short-lived. That's my problem with them, is that they're usually significantly short-lived. So the passive is I will regenerate health. I don't know how fast that is, though. If I'm taking too much damage too quickly, I could just activate this again and it'll heal myself and grant me resistance, which is also half decent. Healing 2006. Healing 5,600. By allies gain endurance. Actually, what's the... Is there anything about the cooldown? now. I presume they all have about the same amount of cooldown, perhaps. I've also gotten the appearance-wise redesign of my thief down. I kind of got a little more started on figuring out how I'm going to work towards my build. Like, I'm going with double pistols, the double pistol thief, dual pistols, yeah. And ultimately, I've decided on the Ruin Maker skins. I sort of like that better, where it has less of that curve going up into the barrel from wherever the triggers are. Ultimately, I think it has a little better presentation. It's still gonna be some figuring out for me though. Mostly because this is like a class mainly designated to being quite mobile. To the point that it has 3 like dodging sections. Like 3 charges worth of dodge in the endurance. Like, that is a heck of a thing out of its own. From what I've seen, like, thieves have been able to do some crazy amounts of damage in World versus World and such. So I know there's definitely some merits to this. I just need to sort of figure out the class and build properly. Speaking of building, I don't know if I've actually... What did I actually do in terms of building? Oh, this was Daredevil bit. This is gonna need some work. So yeah, it's basically an incomplete thief, but otherwise, when it comes to weapons, perfectly fine, I think. Power, precision, ferocity. I don't know if there's something else I should be including into these versus precision or something, but I guess it is whatever it is. But otherwise, a lot of the other equipment does need some changing. This is old, this is old, nothing even here. Old, old, old. Old, 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 old. This is fine, I guess. Let's see. Old. Almost good. Old, 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 and old. Basically, like, all the gears freaking behind. And that's just 100% a shame. So yeah, some work needs to be done about that for sure. But otherwise, I think I got a good color down. This is, what outfit is this? The name always eludes me because it's, Harbinger of Mordremoth's outfit. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, I can't complain with that. So it's just really catching up on my equipment and working on my build. So I did happen to bother to get my Necromancer to maximum level now. So that's a thing I did happen to get done. As we speak, I have been working on leveling up 2 other characters now. Just 2 characters left to level to maximum. Also, this is This is Rage here. This is the Beast Souls Guild. Apparently, while I wasn't paying attention, like I was somewhere else, they did a mission to set this to the Lost Precipice. Now I must say, I do like this PvP arena better in a guild hall. I'm just not too happy about this particular guild hall. Like, I've been through this guild hall enough to tell you that these waypoints are mildly inconvenient. Like, this waypoint goes to physically nowhere. Like, there's basically nothing down there. And everything there is over there. Which is a long bridge crossing away from every single waypoint. Why this is so far away is beyond me. I'm sure if I actually look into it and get this going, there's probably something over here. If there isn't, I'll actually be mildly disappointed. Just because it's mildly inconvenient, as I said. It means no matter what, I will have to cross some lengthy amount of area just to get to anything in a guild hall. Like, if this was the other guild hall, starting from the main waypoint, I would be there by now. And there wouldn't be a waypoint down here, I don't think. Honestly, I'm actually quite missing the other... Oh, that's where these are. I'm missing the other guild hall already. Like, it hasn't been long of me actually knowing that we were in this guild hall, and I'm already missing it. Get some of this while I'm here. Seasoned wood is good for me, especially for my scribe. Besides that, I don't normally ever bother with these three. Mostly because I already have most of the things from that. Well, I think from this one I can get flax sometimes, but that's rare. That's from those? Okay. I was paying attention to the shadows on the ground. Okay, let's just sort of put that away. Continue on.
I'm not lonely, I'm just picky.
Wait, what? So many Black Lion salvage kits. That's actually interesting. Someone should do something with those.
Familiar yet foreign.
You into there, and you to there. These for here for now. So let's have a quick overview of the new characters I've made. So last night I have made this one, White Ariel. Which, an Ariel is basically another term for a halo, or a ring around something. So, like, say the rings around Saturn. That's what that is. Okay, let's see my other one. Inspector Gizmo. Just to make it a zero, like, I added a second Z in there. Now, I actually meant to hide the outfit, I thought. Strange that I should be seeing that mask right now, actually. Let's fix that. Inspector Gizmo. A little based on Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget.
But I'm a merchant.
Years later, that is still a bit of a catchy little tune. Go, go, Gizmo. You know, I think it'll go quite nicely. Especially in World versus World when people see my name. Yes. Huh. Forgot this one existed. Huh. Anyway, everyone. That's about as much time as I have for today for recording. I've been doing a lot more story achievements off camera. Like, damn. Like, wasn't this a 6 earlier in this video? Yeah. I have definitely been keeping busy. Some of these achievements are damn difficult. So yeah, that's progress. But the reason why this video has come out such a while later is actually because I was sick before. Like, I've had the flu, and this was just after having a cold, so a time in which my voice absolutely sucked to a time where I couldn't think straight and was practically coughing my guts up. So, yeah, fun times. Fun something times. But anywho, enough of that, so yeah. My name's Solstice, 41Solstice25, Winter Solstice 8, and have a good day. Bye-bye.